Hi everyone, patch 2.3.1 is out, and with it comes a bug fix to the season quest line with the blood relic. So we have this here. This was kind of like a, let's call it, farming strategy or clever use of game mechanics that people used to get a lot of Obducite very fast. This was the first season quest that opened up a strong room for you, and like this you could infinitely farm strong rooms for the 2k Obducite at the end. So that is now gone. And people ask me, well, what do I do now for Obducite? And it turns out, well, it's kind of the same stuff anyway. So Obducite is still very easily acquired at nearly the same rate anyway, even if you don't exploit this season bug here. And well, you can mostly just farm more strong rooms with those Nightmare Dungeon sigils. So basically the idea is that you can craft sigils relatively cheap. So, sigil powder just kind of like adds up as you play the game, as you, get stuff from other sources, from whispers or the Helltide chest or something like that. There's a bunch of sources of sigil powder. And like this, you can just produce more Nightmare Dungeon sigils. And the idea is you try to go for those that have a guaranteed strong room and just farm the strong room, and then you dip basically. So after you're done with the strong room, you just TP out, start the next dungeon, and just go again. Now, occasionally I do finish a dungeon because there is actually a completion reward as well. You get a bunch of items, you get a bunch of extra Obducite and so on. But effectively, you just take your Nightmare Dungeon sigils here, open up the Heraldic Strong Room, you try to find it, and quite often it actually appears very early in a dungeon, and then you just go out again. So it's effectively almost the same. It's just that it has this, not infinite limitation. But to be honest, if you play the game and you get to the point where you really want to try hard masterwork your gear like that, you probably have a bunch of sigil powder lying around. So you can just go to your cultist and try to get some. On top of 4, it's 2k Obducite plus change from the monster kills on the way. So that is actually really good, and a strong room can be done in less than a minute than the pre-events. So it's something like maybe 2 minutes per strong room, and in and out of the dungeon if you're really fast. So we can talk about something like 800 or so Obducite per minute using just the Heraldic Strong Room farming strat. And this actually is also pretty close to what you can get in Undercity, which is like the other best alternative basically to get Obducite. So Tribute of Refinement, if you have those, they are a little bit less common and not so easy to come by as, for example, Nightmare Dungeon sigils, which are just pretty frequent and this affix appears very often. But Undercity, if you have the refinement tributes, you can also make a party, for example, and multiply your runs times 4, because you can have other people contributing tributes. And like this, you can also turbo farm Obducite pretty well at roughly a similar rate of, depending on how fast you go. But for example, with my kind of faster builds out there, I also get something like 800 plus Obducite per minute, which is definitely pretty decent. There's also the other alternative, Infernal Hordes, and just like regular Nightmare Dungeon grind without going for the strong room specifically, or just doing like escalation sigils or so. But those two options are certainly behind just like turbo farming strong rooms or refinement tributes. And this is how to get the most Obducite. Especially now that the material income from other sources is buffed. For example, legions are now really good for crystals and salvage mats and forgotten souls especially. People are probably going to masterwork their stuff quite a lot more, so just keep this in mind. Obducite is best acquired from the strong room dungeons and without finishing them, and then on refinement tributes. So that's all I wanted to share here, just to kind of clear that up with, giving a bit of a ballpark of what you can expect. And hope this helps you. Wish you good luck, and see you guys next time.